What's good, people? It's about that time to randomly relate, reverse rants, no hate. So I saw an interview with Joseph Parker. Now, Joseph Parker said that in his interview, he was asked about his training with the new trainer. What is it like? And, just his progression and what's going to be different. Talk about, certain things going to be different with the rematch with Derek Chisora. Now, the interview itself, particular part that I want to talk about real quick is this. He was asked about Tyson Fury, and he said Tyson Fury is like a big brother to him. He gave him like access to his gym, hotels and stuff. His massage therapist and everything. Like he said, he treats him just like a little brother, and they're close like brothers. So he said he couldn't see a fight between him and Fury because they're too close, like Vladimir and Vitaly, which they are actual brothers. Okay, and he said he was asking him would he fight him. He said no. Then he said, well, what if the titles were like if Fury had all the titles and then like you were mandatory or something to that effect. Like would you? He said, well, I mean, yeah, I'd fight him then if it was just business and something like that. And Fury said he wanted to do it, but otherwise I don't see that happening. Um. Okay. I have friends. I have family. Now, if I'm like a brother with somebody, I don't want to have to fight that person because I'm going in there to try to destroy you. Now, of course, overall, you don't want a fighter to leave the ring and then the beating you put on him is like it carries over into his life to after boxing on, and you don't want to, what I'm saying? It's like, damn man, I caused that guy to you know be physically damaged, permanently damaged from in life from a beating I gave him. But when you in there, see, and that's the thing. That's why I commend people like Lomachenko and them when you see them have mercy on the guy, because I don't. You understand what I'm saying? Like my mind is different. It's like I'm going to destroy you. That's the bad part about it is because at the end of a fight, you want to see both fighters get out the ring on their own and go on with their lives and they're good. Then all of a sudden, because even if it don't happen that night, and then you hear later on that this person is going through this and that, and so I get it, okay, but at the same time, it's like this. A lot of times, people might be so close to a person, they're studying them. You know, he said that him and Fury even talked about fighting each other, and he said that Fury told him that he's not on his list, on his plans of somebody he wants to fight. Now, if it would come down to a situation where Joseph Parker was the number one contender or the mandatory, and Fury had all the belts or a belt, period, and Parker was that guy. If Parker would turn down that position, then where does that leave his career? Now, I'm just saying that's part of one of these things that's kind of weird, man. Because see, think about this. If you're coming into boxing just to make money, yeah, you definitely need to have a strap or two or three or four more around your waist because you want to be that guy. I mean, there's easier ways to kill yourself, man. I mean, to just be in there fighting. If you're not being properly compensated and you're not trying to be world champion, then I mean, what are you in the sport for? Just to go in there and fight guys? But you have nothing for it other than boos and cheers from the fans. So I think it's a higher level of respect there for them. But what if Fury turns around and he's studying everything about Joseph Parker and he challenges him one day and then starts calling him a bum and you know what I mean? Oh shit, like play the mind game with him, like who knows? But anyway, we don't need, as a fight fan, fight fans will see it. Look, we don't need more reasons or more excuses for guys are not getting in a fight. I mean, for me to be a part of a division, this is why, like, you look at your people and look who's who. And like I said, honestly, I wouldn't want to have to get in there with somebody that I got love for, man. I really did. I really won't. As a kid, you'll spar your brothers and your cousins and your friends because you don't have common sense to know that you can really hurt each other. And at some point, you realize, like, yeah, you know what? I mean, if you beat someone brutally, then you picture, do you want to do that? Is it so in you that I just got to be number one at everything to the point where you'll destroy somebody that you have love for? So I don't know how that's going to play out. Derek Chisora versus Joseph Parker too. He said one thing that I've been saying for the longest. I respect that Derek Chisora. He comes to fight. That's why they call him Derek War Chisora. But that's like Joseph Parker said. He's like, yeah, that's all he knows. I've been saying it for the longest. That Derek Chisora is one dimensional, man. He can't do anything different. And when you slow down, you're there to be hit, and all you know is come forward, try to land a shot. He has slow feet, slow hands. Now he can punch, but he's easy to hit. And if you are studying him and watching him, you should be able to pick up on that. And I don't know what Joseph Parker is looking like now, in terms of his new training. We'll see come fight night. But this whole thing about him and Fury, I just thought it was kind of interesting because if it did come down to him, being the number one contender for a title and Fury's holding that title or all the titles, however you want to say it, what sense would it make for you to be number one? Just to end up saying, well, let somebody else take my spot. I don't want to fight Fury. I mean, I don't know. But anyway, that was his words, that he would fight him if Fury decided, well, yeah, it's just business and whatever. But other than that, he don't want to fight him. So obviously they've created a bond and a friendship, but like really, I don't think the fight fans really care about that. You know what I'm saying? Overall, and I feel personally, like I just said, like man, like you just got too many things going on in boxing where fights that should happen don't happen, and if you guys want to walk away from the sport knowing I fought all the best fighters out there, win, lose, or draw, at least you don't have to have a regret of, damn, I should have fought this guy, I should have fought this guy, especially when there was nothing stopping it from happening. So even if he's not on Fury's radar right now, you never know with Fury, because Fury changes his mind like that. He play head games and all that too. And not saying like Fury, not saying like he'll stab him in the back, but like he might just play the head games. Because a lot of times when a person get in your head so much to the point where you have too much respect for them, you can't pull the trigger on that person. A lot of people are like that. It's like, I got him hurt, I want to get him out of here, but damn it, and they hold back, and it could come back to bite them in the ass. So, just saying, I'm just thinking, man, it was, I just thought it was kind of interesting because he said that he wouldn't fight him, but he would only if Fury wanted to do it, and it was only business because he's like he treats him like a little brother. He look at Fury like a big brother. So, anyways, it was a cool interview, and the fight between Derek Chisora and Parker, I'm not really pumped for that fight, but I will check it out. It's and really, to be honest with you, I'm looking at this fight more so to see Parker's development because look, Derek Chisora has been like the measuring stick to the heavyweight for years now. It's like you come to the heavyweights, he's the guy that they put you in there to test him with. Let's see what you do against him. And their last outing, just watching Derek Chisora fight. And the thing was, a lot of people were saying they thought Derek won the fight. But either way, I feel like Joseph Parker didn't evolve as a fighter. So with his new training, let's see what he looks like. But at the same time, because Derek Chisora is one-dimensional, you still can't, when it comes to craftiness, and Derek Chisora definitely didn't look like the same fighter when he fought Usyk. Either is people look, it's not like Usyk is just so lightning fast that he just Usyk is we knew Usyk was going to get in there and move and not stand there with him. So at the same time, it's like it's a different style, but it just you really see how slow that Derek Chisora's hands and feet is. And so think about what I'm saying. he had to try to find Usyk. Now, Joseph Parker, he's a mover as well, but he had a much tougher time beating Derek Chisora than Usyk did. And even in that fight with Usyk, you could see, like, man, if Usyk tries to stand there with guys, he's in trouble. He needs to move, which is exactly why Anthony Joshua's performance was so disappointing, because he got in there and let this little guy, had him at a stalemate. They're just like playing chicken with each other. I'm not moving from you. You're not. You can't move. You can't make me move back. That's what that was. So at the end of the day, it's a fight. It's going to happen. Like I said, I'm not really pumped for that fight, but I'm looking at this fight more so to see what Joseph Parker looked like. Really, man, Derek Chisora is like a journeyman, because he's been in there. He's had his shots. He's had several fights. He's had good ones. He always comes to fight. But Derek Chisora's name doesn't come up in heavyweight title fights, and nobody's really talking about what he brings to the table now. Now, if he was to win, hey, then his name is in the mix, But and also, even to say his name is in the mix, I don't mean, he's going straight for Usyk, or a rematch with Usyk, or Tyson Fury, but I mean, like, maybe we'll get him versus a Joe Joyce or something like that. Maybe he'll fight a Daniel Dubois, somebody where another up and coming fighter. I don't see them. I don't really think they want to put Derek Chisora in that position where he's one of the. But anyway, we'll see how things go. And you never know. Maybe you'll see Parker versus Fury one day. Maybe not. And I'm pretty sure Fury's the favorite in that fight. But it's yet to be seen. Never fall in love with lies. Remember, the truth brings hate out of people. And I will catch y'all on the next video.